Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome again to Astronomy Daily Live. This is the first one. Well, is this the first one for 2019? I think it is. Yeah, I think this is the first one for 2019 because it is January 2nd, 2019 at 2 hours UTC. So just a couple hours into January 2nd. So hope everybody's doing well out there. Canceled yesterday's live stream because of the events with New Horizon flying by the asteroid Ultima Thule, and got word this morning that everything went well. They got all green lights. One of the ones that I was actually really looking for was, it's great, that sort of, the health of the spacecraft is good, and the data rates are good and all this stuff. But one of the ones that I was actually looking for was, did they get all the data they wanted, right? They've got they don't have thumb drives up there, but they have flash memory up there, and that's where they store everything, right? Because they can't send that data back very fast, right? In fact, I think the fastest data rates that they can get are something like 1 kilobit per second, right? So really, relatively speaking, slow, right? But that's slow, right? So they can't, take all this data and just immediately send it out, right? So they have to store it on board. So one of the things that one of the things that that I was looking for was, did all that data get stored, right? If they were expecting, X number of bytes to be saved in their, flash memory, did they actually do that? And the answer is yes. They got, they can look at the size of the memory used, and it matched exactly what they were expecting. So, they collected the data they wanted. Now, did they actually get anything, right? Because you can turn a camera on and run it, take a bunch of pictures, but, is there anything there? We don't know yet, right? But we hopefully will, starting tomorrow, right? But before I do that, I want to say howdy to Bobby in the panel with some new headgear.
Yeah, baby. What got me that headset. So thank you, Tim Robinson, if you're going to be around. Thank you for the headset.
That is great. You have now joined the 21st century. That's always a nice thing.
I thought it was the 20th century thing.
Well, you sort of have a microphone there too. So that's a step up for sure. I'm still in the 20th century, with just a microphone on the camera here. So, but so very, very cool. Very, very cool. So everything's okay over there, Bobby?
Oh yeah, everything's all right. And I'd like to welcome Tom in the chat and Earth Radio, also known as Ron, on the chat.
Hey there, everyone in the chat. Let me. I'm gonna check the chat too. Tom is there. Uncle Bill is there. Bradford Science has bought DSI. Okay, I don't know. I don't know either of those, Uncle Bill. So, you know, there are so many things that I don't know, right? And you know, the scary thing is that, and you know, this pretty much goes for you know, most of us, and that is we don't know what we don't know. We don't know, you know, to what extent, you know, things actually are. So you know,
Wait a
we have
minute. Wait a
absolutely no
minute.
idea.
Hold the tape. Hold the tape. I
Yeah.
just did not know that ear radio just got timed out by the not by for spamming caps. What do you mean by spamming caps, you Nightbot?
Nightbot has just put ERRT radio on its naughty list. That's what it says. Huh. Well, you know, it's because, Ron, you said hello and gave a smiley face. That's obviously, you know, extremely rude and, you know, not considerate, or anything else. So, you know, I mean, obviously. So, yeah, you know, I'm still trying to understand exactly how Nightbot operates. Maybe it's the fact that you did like 3 smileys in sort of rapid succession. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still not really too happy with Nightbot. Oh, and I think maybe the reason why is because Nightbot doesn't like all those caps. So maybe that's, yeah, maybe that's what it is. So, you know what? I'm gonna go right now into Nightbot and see if I can do something about that, because you know, we sort of have to tell Nightbot what we're up to here. And so let me see if I can excess caps. Yes, there is an excess caps. The limit I've set to 13. Okay, so let me increase that to like let's increase it to 42. Just because, you know, the 42 is one of those magic numbers. Okay, so I've set the excess cap limit to 42. So hopefully that won't do it now. Yeah, okay, well, I've made that change. So yeah, well, cool. Well, welcome everybody. Come on in. We're just, you know, gathering together again here just for a casual get together. We try to do this each and every day, same time, same place, more or less the same place. The other night, I had a clear sky, and at sunset, I went out and took probably some of the best calibration data that I've taken in quite a while. It was really nice.
And then if he was checking the chat, Uncle Bill, Deets, yeah, check the chat.
Okay. Yeah.
And Uncle Bill has a suggestion: make questions more visible with the emojis instead of the caps.
Yeah, you know, specifically the question one, which you can do by typing colon and then QUESTION and then a colon. Yeah, you know, that'll make it visible. Although, you know, at this point in sort of the lifespan of this live stream, I'm going to be able to catch a lot of the questions, or Bobby is, or any of the moderators will. So very, very cool. Yeah, there you go, Uncle Bill. Thanks. So I took some really, really, really nice calibration data, right? A lot of flat fields, right in the zone, right? I mean, just really, really, really great. And it's like, that indicates that it's going to be a really, really, really great night, right? And I even did the star alignment and all of that before the live stream, right? And then I came in and we did the live stream and went back out. And first thing I did is I took, and this is actually something that I haven't advertised yet. I got this from a friend a long time ago, long time ago. But I think I've seen these around. These are pretty amazing little red lights, right? These are really, really great.
That's like a laser or just like a regular red light?
It's just a red light, and red light is really, really nice to use because if you use this, right, you don't really lose your dark adaptation. Now, since I'm doing my observations with a CCD camera, I don't really care, whether my eyes are dark adapted or not, right? I don't care, because I'm looking at a computer screen. I'm sort of letting the camera look for me, right? But it is nice because, while I'm taking exposures, look at that troublemaker. Look at that. There's another one.
I thought you drew her out.
No, that's another one. That's another one. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll be able to monitor that activity and see what she does. There she goes. Okay. But during long exposures and all of that, right? I like to sit back and I like to look up and see the sky, right? And if I'm looking at a bright screen and then I've got a white flashlight and all that, I'm not going to be able to do that all that well. But with this guy, it's actually really, really bright red, right? As you can see, but it does not destroy my. Look at that! Look at that thing! All right, I'm gonna have to exit this one because she's obviously requesting to be flung out of here, flung out. So I'll be right back in just a couple seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom. Cats like a strawberry strings has been confirmed. What's up, Tom? You gonna join the panel?
All right. The servant's job is complete. So one of the rules around here is no climbing on the telescope and no climbing on the shelves, because what they do, right? They don't just climb on the shelves, right? They get up there and they knock. I mean, this is what cats do, right? They knock things down, right? Just knock things down. In 5 minutes, she could have this whole shelf cleared off. So, all right.
More activity in the chat. Cats like a strawberry string, since that's been confirmed. DSI Day Space Industries, an asteroid mining company, developed the Comet water thruster and the Explorer Deep Space probe platform. And Talbot Scholar says it's kind of a couch potato tonight.
Woohoo!
Bill Doran, kind of a big deal to do space revolution, especially so his version galactic are back to space. But Uncle Bill Doran says it gets less media coverage. So
Yeah.
it's not like SpaceX, ULA, or Rocket Lab.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of space companies out there. There are many, 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 right? Because really, really, really soon, that is going to be big business, and everybody wants a piece of that, right? So, absolutely. Okay.
I agree.
Yeah. So, anyway, so I went out there, grabbed my red light. The first thing I did, right? First thing I did, because I was sort of anticipating, it's like, you know, am I going to be all frosted up? So I shone the light, you know, right on the front of this thing, and there was a layer of frost on it. And it's like, oh man. So that kills it right there, right? But I'm pretty sure that I probably had at least half an hour, if not more, you know, to do a little bit of data collection. So, like I said over on the Discord, if new policy, right? If the live stream and the observing match up, right? Then I'm just going to take you guys out there with me, right? I've got the smartphone. I'll set the smartphone up, and you know, I'll point at the screen, and you know, I can collect some photons, and you know, talk astronomy, right? Talk astronomy, and uh, um, we all, you know, can just go on this data collection adventure together. That's part of what this live stream is about, right?
Now, if I was up to add about a few suggestions, have
uh-huh.
you ever thought about like getting with your phone, and also like get a new computer so anybody that could be in the Hangouts can tag along with you with your observation sessions?
um, that's always a possibility. Maybe that'll happen at some point. You never know. You never know. You know, doing an upgrade, putting everything like on a laptop or something like that. That would be pretty cool. So yeah, you know, that's a possibility. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So, but you know, for now, that would probably be what I would do. Right? Is I would just set up the smartphone on the tripod, which where's the tripod? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, you can sort of see one of the legs of it right there, and you know, just point this at the screen, and you know, because at night, right, there really isn't uh, anything else there. But yeah, having a panel at that point would be very, very cool. So yeah, that's always. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We'll see how that goes. So, you know, if my session sort of, you know, collides with the live stream, I'm just going to take it out, because you know, because what happens, right, in that kind of a situation is that you know, I mean, I thoroughly enjoy doing these live streams, but you probably noticed that my mind was outside, you know, the whole time, and that sort of, you know, degrades the quality a little bit. And at the same time, right, I'm not out there collecting photons when I can be. You know, if I'm in some kind of environment where the humidity is high, and that's going to happen from time to time, even in the desert, right? Um, then even if I only have 30 minutes or so, I want all that time to collect my data, because the more I can do that, the further I can sort of move along with these projects of mine. So yeah, so I think that'll be a win-win there. So yeah, that's sort of the new policy here, and as as the seasons change, the conditions here change as well, right? My start time is now going to be getting earlier as time goes by until June, right? And earlier, yeah, earlier, later. Sorry, later. So those two paths aren't going to cross as much. So, and also, I mean, it's a little unusual to get a lot of frost here, especially early in the evenings, right? I mean, by 8 p.m. here, right, this thing was completely frosty, right? It was like, just almost white. So that's a little not normal, even for this time of year. So well, cool. All right. So yeah, yesterday spent most of the day over on. I think I was on actually TMRO's YouTube channel most of the day.
I think I was like on Launchpad Astronomy
Oh,
as well.
okay, cool. Yeah. But Tony Darnell and Christian Reddy, and I think it was Lisa. I can't pronounce her last name. Um, uh, we're attempting at least to do a 24-hour long live stream centered on the flyby. And yeah, they did a great job. Of course, they are good at those kinds of things, and so yeah. But there were lots and lots of questions in the chat, which weren't being answered, and a lot of repeat things, right? A lot of repeat things. I didn't really feel any kind of responsibility, but when I could, I tried to answer those things. Because a lot of the questions and comments and things, were just flying by, right? Just phew. And these guys are trying to produce, and they're trying, to talk to people, and they're trying to have conversations. They had a lot of really great guests, but last night was really sort of uneventful, right? In terms of the flyby itself, because there was a 6 hour and 15-minute lag. So we basically just counted down, and at 5:33 UTC, everybody sort of cheered, and then everybody went to bed. Right? But this morning at what would it have been? I forget exactly, but yeah, it was. Let's see. I think it was somewhere around. I want to say either 1430 or 1530 UTC. There was a press conference update where they gave a few more details and everything, and then at about 1730, we actually got a communication back from New Horizons saying that it was okay. Everything was green. They got the right amount of data. Everything looked good. That was really, really great. Oh, at midnight Eastern time, Brian May did his little song, which I actually liked the video much more than the song. But I mean, the song, I don't know about you, but I mean, it really sounded like a classic Queen song, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I mean, I really like Queen, right? So it was really, really nice to for me to sort of hear sort of that classic sound, right? The song itself, if I look at it, was sort of a musician's ear, and it was sort of a simplistic thing, not much going on there at all. Obviously written for the occasion and not necessarily for any kind of musical wowness. But hello, the human. Nice to see you there in the chat. Have we seen you in the chat before? I seem to recall the human being in here before. Anyway, we're talking astronomy. This is a daily live stream. It starts every single day at 2 hours UTC. So welcome. This is just a casual gathering together of friends with our, favorite consumable here. Mine is the hydrogen hydroxide, HOH, and it is absolutely wonderful. What you got there, Bobby?
Bottled water.
Cool, excellent. Yeah, I think that everyone should be able to consume whatever they like. So this is just sort of my go-to, but drink, inhale, shoot up anything you want, whatever. That's okay. So not that I'm encouraging any of that, but we're friends here, casual, just having a bunch of fun. So yeah. And then there was a press conference soon after that, where they showed some pre-flyby, or some new pre-flyby pictures, where they're finally being able to discern a little bit of a shape, and it is some kind of a double lobe thing. Still not exactly sure if it's two separate things or if it's two connected. It's probably two connected things, but it looks really, really long and narrow. So
I kind of like a bit like that song too, with that video and stuff. That was crazy.
I thought the video was really, really great. I especially liked, I don't know why, and it's just my own brain, but I really, really liked those radio beams, right? The radio beams. For some reason, those things, are just giving me goosebumps. I have absolutely no idea why, but but
It's almost like it's firing laser beams and about to destroy a planet like the Death Star.
well, but that's exactly what it's doing, right? It's just a radio beam. I mean, it's not exactly lasering, right? But
Radio beams, come on, duh. It's a radio beam. Come on, man.
it's just a collimated beam. That's all it is. Exactly. So one of the other things that I did yesterday during the live stream was calculate the brightness of the sun at that distance. It's something like 44 times the distance between the Earth and the sun. And if you follow the 1 over r squared rule, that means that the sun, I just grabbed my handy dandy calculator. Every good scientist has a calculator within arm's reach. Now, not at all times, right? But wherever you're working, right? Have a calculator around. Anyway, so 44.
Have you seen that YouTube video where they did the Japanese method?
The what?
That YouTube video when they did the Japanese method of multiplication.
No, I've absolutely no idea. If you can find it and want to post it somewhere, I definitely would take a look at that.
Yeah.
So the distance is 44 times the distance between the Earth and the sun, right? So 1 over r squared being that distance, means that I just take 44 and square it, and I get 1,936. So the sun is 1,936 times fainter at that location than what it is here at Earth. And if you want to convert that to stellar magnitudes, you take the logarithm of that number and then you multiply it by 2.5, and you get 8.21. So at the distance of Ultima Thule, the sun is 8.21 magnitudes fainter, right? And I think the sun is something like magnitude -26, right? So if I just if I do that and then that, so that's going to be about a magnitude -17, which is actually like 5 magnitudes brighter than the moon, right? So it's still pretty bright, brighter than a full moon by what, 5 magnitudes, which is 2.5 to the 5th. So about a factor of 60 or so. So 60 times brighter than the full moon. So, it's not as bright as the sun, but, much brighter than the moon. So, somewhere in sort of, some kind of twilight, some kind of twilight zone, right? But yeah, I think, and actually that was one of the first things that I wanted to jump to a screen share on was, and let's see if I can find it now. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay, so let me share my screen. If you haven't seen this, you probably should if you're interested in these kinds of things. Share my screen. This is sort of the schedule in terms of what's happening next, right? So all these times, of course, are Eastern Standard Time in the United States. And so, you know, you have to do your corrections there. But I don't know why it went to this weird thing. But really, the next time that we're going to see anything at all is tomorrow, the 2nd, which I guess, you know, for us here on this live stream is actually today already, right? 2nd of January at 2:35 UTC. Well, at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which I think that's 1900 UTC, I believe. They're going to have a new results, and I think this one they're going to have a lot more pictures and hopefully some other data too. You know, everybody likes to focus in on, you know, the pictures, and there's so much more, right? And there's so much more than just pictures, right? There are spectra. I think there are magnetometer readings. There's all the radio data, right? So you know, lots and lots of different stuff. So I hope, you know, they've got quite a few people here. So I'm hoping that you know, they talk about some of the other data too. I'm not exactly sure, you know, what they have planned coming down. Because, you know, I mean, it is a trickle, right? So they have to say, okay, you know, this is how long we're going to have on the Deep Space Network. So how many bits, you know, can we actually send, you know, during that time, and then they decide, you know, what kind of data do they want to see. And obviously, you know, the pictures are nice, but yeah, I'm hoping, you know, that they show some other stuff too. I'd like to see, you know, how close in terms of trajectory, you know, how close they actually got to it. You know, what the timing was, you know, how close they were in terms of predicting when this was all going to happen, that kind of stuff, right? So yeah, but that should be a pretty exciting hour, because we are going to get some, hopefully, you know, some much better pictures. I think they've actually already received those, but you know, being the principal investigators, right? And I think that this is only right. They have first dibs, right? You know, they get to look at it first. They get to, you know, mull over it a little bit, you know, think about it. So yeah, I can only imagine that they are probably having a great time right now, going through all of that, and seeing what they've got, and all that. And I guess on the 3rd, they're going to have, you know, the same kind of thing, same results. There is also on this site, over here, if you go over to galleries and then to the Ultimate Thule encounter raw images, they have this up, but it doesn't look like it's really been updated with, you know, the latest and greatest. I'm seeing star fields which may and probably do, you know, contain the asteroid, but I haven't really looked at these all that much, you know, to really know. And if you look at the timestamps here, right, these are from almost 3 days ago now. So you know, this is very much pre-encounter data. It doesn't really look like they have any new stuff up yet. Featured images, I don't know. haven't really looked at anything else here if they have anything new. But okay, well, yeah. Well, here's sort of the latest and greatest picture that they have so far, and of course, they're already trying to come up with theories as to how it's rotating and everything else. So very, very cool, very exciting, of course. Let's just sort of click on this and see if there's anything else. I don't really see anything else here. They did make a little, I think, a 3-image movie showing it rotating. Now, this isn't the raw data, right? This is processed. They've actually tried sharpening it up a little bit, to get a little bit more detail. But yeah, I wish that they would also show the raw data with this. I'm sort of a raw data freak. I like all the all the work that goes into trying to clean this up, but I also understand that those kinds of cleanups can put all kinds of information in there that really isn't there. So yeah, I'd like to see actually the raw images of this, because it's highly pixelated. I think all the way across, I think the raw data has something like 3 or 4 pixels across, is this long axis here. So yeah. Anyway, so very, very exciting stuff, of course. OSIRIS-REx parked itself around Bennu, so that's another exciting little tidbit there. They're going to be spending a lot of time mapping that and actually getting, I think, what are they saying, 3 centimeter resolution. So that much, a little over an inch or so resolution on that. I forget how big Bennu is. It's not huge. Don't remember exactly how big that is, but yeah, it's something like 300 or 400 meters across, right? So but yeah, they're going to be mapping that over the next quite a bit of time. I think they're going to take their time with that and try to get in really, really close, get some nice pictures. Of course, they have other instrumentation on that satellite as well. So they're going to be making all kinds of measurements and stuff. And at some point, all that data, will be released in some kind of a data release over on the planetary data system repository. So all of us, can get our fingers on that stuff and mess around a little bit with that kind of thing. So cheers, lots of exciting things, lots of new data and new discoveries, and that's part of the scientific process, right? The scientific process is sort of like a circular thing, and one of the parts of that is making discoveries and getting new data, and then that is sort of fed into the mill and ground up and examined and digested and all of that. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. And
now about the data and stuff, is it true they're gonna release the data around the 16th this month?
the data from
that
which one?
from that
New Horizon?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it's going to take, they were saying that it's going to take about 20 months to actually download all the data from the spacecraft. So I mean, it's going to be quite a while. I don't think that well, I think the press conference this afternoon, they were saying that um, um, they're not going to have any of their high resolution images until like February or so. So we're going to have to wait a little while. But you know, like Alan Stern said, you know, this is an exercise in patience, and that's actually one of the things, you know, that I say here too, is that, you know, with science, you really have to be patient, right? Now you can't sit on your hands, right, and just sort of be like, oh, okay, well, I'm waiting. You know, you sort of have to be active, right? But you know, you have to be patient and persistent, and so, you know, I mean, Alan Stern, right? I mean, he's been thinking about this, you know, maybe not specifically this, but this kind of thing, since the 80s, right? Since the mid 80s. So, you know,
I guess
he's
that's just the way it is if you're just uploading just a kilobit of data per second.
that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah, you know, and
Almost like dial-up and stuff. And all you
yeah.
got is a command line browser.
Well, think about it, right? The um, one of the imagers on New Horizon is 1K by 1K square, and then they're 12 bits deep, right? So every single image is 12 megabytes, megabits in size, right?
Yeah. And
Um,
welcome, Tim Robinson. How you doing, Tim?
hey there, Tim. Look at what this guy's got. Look what he's got there on his head. Look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah, just got it too.
Look at that. Wow. Now, I just noticed that they are lit up. What's that all about?
Well, if you plug up the USB only provides power to the light, and there's like a little jack that you normally would use for the talking and stuff.
Yeah, but what are those lights for? Is that just to show that they're on, or do they actually serve a purpose?
Oh, it's just that the USB only just provides power for the lights and stuff.
Okay, okay. So it just shows that it's on. That is very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Because well, you know, one, Bobby can hear things much better, right?
There's no echo.
And there's no echo. So yeah, it's a good day.
Even I was talking with Ron on Earth Radio and stuff. He had a problem with the echo and stuff.
Cool.
And I think, oh, that's it. I'm getting something.
Yay.
And had the headphones at first, and then this came along.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. So yeah, nice to see you in the chat, Tim. Hope all is well. Yes, it is. It is a new year. So yeah, you know, for me, pretty much, you know, just another day. I like to go, you know, sort of one day at a time anyway. So you know, years and months and days are sort of, you know, I'm kind of an arbitrary thing anyway. But yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And
Um,
yeah, you're checking the chat.
yep, I'm looking at it there.
Okay.
Yes, Uncle Bill, that's exactly true. Although I would call it LEDs. LEDs are on everything now. Everything has to have an LED on it. Um, that trend started maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, where it seemed like everything has to have some kind of LED on it now. Even
Now,
things
do you
that
think I need more lightning, or this is okay?
I think that is completely up to you, but I think it looks great.
Okay.
I think it looks great, but now I guess yeah, I mean usually if you can get some light shining on you instead of towards the back, that sometimes makes it better. But what I'm seeing looks fine to me, so no
And
problem.
I know you was like at the pre-show, you was like, what the devil you got on?
What's he got on his head? All right, well, cool. Let's see. I'm looking at the time, and we've got a few minutes. I'm just trying to think if I want to get into anything. Why don't we? I went over to the RNAS site. This is the
The
what?
CNN of astronomy.
Yeah, sort of the CNN of astronomy. Research notes of the American Astronomical Society, because what these guys are doing is they and here I'll share my screen again. Gotta press the right buttons. There we go. Okay, hide that. There's Bobby going to infinity. Woohoo!
To infinity and beyond.
And beyond. So anyway, here's the research notes of the American Astronomical Society, and when I see things, and here I'm going to zoom in a little bit. When I see things like this, saying free issue, and it's all in red and everything, it's like, I wonder how long that's going to last. I don't know. That's sort of the cynic in me coming out, I guess, a little bit. But
I
so
hope I know what is a subscription on it and stuff.
yeah, I hope that there aren't any kind of subscriptions. That would really be a bummer, because
Yeah, me too.
these are turning out to be really cool. What they are just really short um, papers, like 1,000 words or less, and maybe a picture, one, with just a quick report or update on some kind of astronomical project, and these are being updated pretty regularly. I sort of went all the way down to the bottom, and I think that this is a paper count, right? So there's 182. Look at this; it goes all the way to 237, and so you can submit a little paper here, and I think what they like to do, at least what they're advertising, right, is that when you submit a paper, they want to be able to publish it in like 3 days, right? Well, they're not quite getting there yet, right? Received December 16th, accepted December 20th, and published on the 26th. That's still
I
not.
think the holidays really killed a lot of companies and stuff.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, totally. So, you know, I'm not complaining about that. I'm just making an observation. So,
I
um,
know, like the last time Cron did the release of any of the branches was on the 20th of December. They haven't even done any activity ever since on all the branches. They got the stable channel, they got the beta channel, and they got the dev channel or the unstable channel.
oh, wow. Wow.
And there is
Interesting.
at least one more daily hidden channel called the Canary.
Right. Cool. So
And
here,
it's separated in two groups. They got the browser variant and they got the OS variant.
huh. Huh. Interesting.
And then you got the
Interesting.
mobile platforms like the Android.
Yeah, cool. So this is just sort of the latest and greatest coming out of let's see, where is William B. Sampson, University of Abertay. I don't know exactly where that is. Tim might know, but yeah. Um,
Yes, sir, Tim. I'm using that. I'm using the microphone on there as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, you know, this guy, he went into Gaia and he looked for cluster members of this cluster called NGC 654. Right?
Okay, Tim says that university is in Scotland.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Anyway, you know, uh, we've actually done a very similar thing here live on the live stream, right? And it's all, I mean, I'm not trying to downplay on what this guy did, but it's all he did is he went into the Gaia database, grabbed a bunch of stars, all right, grabbed a bunch of stars, and made a plot which you have seen. Oh, is it this one? There's another one. Um,
I have
I
seen you
guess,
done those plots on the Gaia data for sure. It's been a while since we endeavored to do the Gaia data.
yeah, we need to do that again. There, you know, I guess this wasn't the paper that showed that he's looking at parallaxes. So that's well, parallaxes and proper motions. So distances and motion, and you know, just trying to pick out who's who. And I guess I was looking at a plot earlier. I thought that this was the one. Um, let's go back and see if there was another one um, that I was actually seeing. Ring system. Huh, where's the one? You know, I was just looking at it, and then I started the live stream, and it went away.
Oh gosh.
Einstein ring. This was kind of
Now,
a cool.
ask me out of curiosity, are you on Facebook as well, or you don't have Facebook?
I really don't do the Facebook thing all that much. No, no.
I heard that some people are worth doing like uploading a video or providing a photo and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to
And
find.
that was during like New Year's Eve going to New Year's Day,
Uh huh.
and it started and it had problems.
Ah, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Ron was talking about that.
Uh huh. Huh. I'm trying. It was a globular cluster. It was M4. Maybe it was over on archive. I was over on archive earlier too. Maybe it was over here. Man, I've got to find it now. No, it's not over here. Dang, where did I see that? Photometric young cluster 6530. No, that's not it. Dang, where did I see that now? It's really annoying when I'm looking at things and looking at things, and it's like, oh, cool. You know, I want to show everybody that during the live stream,
And then next thing you know, it's like boom, gone.
and then it's just boom, gone.
Are you sure you never posted that paper on the Discord?
I don't think I did. I don't think I did. I could have sworn it was over here in the research. No, there it is. There we go. So let's take a look at this one, and you'll see that you know what they're doing is you know some pretty basic stuff, and of course now it's being really slow. It's not one thing, it's another. Come on, Slowpoke, you can do it. I know you can.
Well, the
Anyway,
internet's going bad again.
Yeah, who knows? Anyway, this in combination with archive.org, I would say, is a really great resource in terms of, you know, sort of the bleeding edge stuff. And yeah, oh, there it comes. Okay. So, but these are the same kind of plots I've done, right? You just plot proper motion in right ascension, proper motion in declination of a field of stars, and what you'll get, right, is sort of a concentration around 0, 0, right? And these are a lot of, you know, like background stars or, you know, whatever. But then you can find, you know, these strong concentrations of stars out here, right, where like in this case, right, we're seeing a proper motion in right ascension of like what, around negative 12.5 in right ascension, and negative what, 18 or 19 in declination. So what that means, you know, translated into the sky, is that this group of stars here is moving towards the west and towards the south, right? And, you know, they've done a little extra work, you know, actually showing densities and sort of a profile plot. See, that's what these things are. Basically just a profile plot. I guess it's a histogram. But yeah, you know, this is a great way to identify cluster members, because, you know, this star here, right, like that one, is moving in a completely different way than these stars here. So this star probably isn't part of the cluster, right? I mean, extremely likely. These guys are. It's kind of interesting too, looking at this, that there seems to be sort of a structure here, right? There seems to be some stars that are going off in that direction, that direction, that direction. Now, keep in mind, right? This is not position. This is velocity, right? This is a speed here. So sometimes that's called velocity space, right? So you know, this isn't a position. This is actual motion. So all these objects are sort of moving sort of the same way, right? The same speed, same direction. What you'd want to do then, right, is take this group of stars and look at their parallaxes, see how far away they are. If they're basically the same distance away, then, you've got a pretty good indication that, you know, those stars are part of the same group, right? And in this case, the globular cluster that's called M4, Messier 4. M4 is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful globular cluster down in the constellation of Scorpius. It's just it's right next to the bright star Antares, and it's a absolutely fantastic globular that you can actually see with binoculars. It's big and bright. But here they you know, they grabbed the data again, you know, from Gaia, and they found, you know, 30,000 objects in the area, and 14,000 were found to be, you know, members, you know, probably members, to a pretty high level of confidence there too. And what the author says here, that this is the widest proper motion catalog of M4 ever done. So that's that's kind of cool, right? And you know, these kinds of things surprise me, that this kind of thing has never been done before. But you know, Gaia is new. And it's able, you know, to pick things out really, really well. You know, Gaia is a spacecraft, so it doesn't suffer from, you know, sort of the atmospheric effects that ground-based telescopes have. And I think Gaia, if I remember right, don't quote me on this, but I think Gaia is like an 8-inch telescope. So I mean, it's the size of my telescope. But the resolution, you know, the sharpness is really, really great. And in fact, if I wanted to, and maybe we should, I should actually grab that data, you know, the pictures themselves, and we can look at that at some point. But yeah, you know, these are just really, really short papers. I think, you know, the requirement is less than 1,000 words and 1 picture, right? And there you go, right? So these are really, really nice, you know, because researchers can, you know, sort of quickly publish data, you know, get the information out there, and you know, I mean, if nothing else, you know, have some bragging rights, saying, you know, I did this first, and you know, I suppose that's pretty cool. So, but you know, I mean, we've done this kind of stuff with the live stream before, and I think, Bobby, I think you're right. I think it's about time that we go back over to Gaia and take a look at that again in some way. So I'm going to think about what to do with that. You know, maybe choose, you know, just a random part of the sky. Maybe choose a part of the sky, you know, that has a known cluster. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. You know, that's always fun to do that kind of stuff. All right, well, cool. I think it is about time to get out of here for now, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen. You know, these live streams, they go by so fast, and it's because I'm having so much fun. I so much thoroughly enjoy these, and wow, you know, I've almost I think come January 14th, I think it'll be one year, and I don't think I'm going to do anything big for that. I'll probably mention it, but yeah, you know, I'm not doing this to set any kind of records or, make any kind of note in terms of, wow, I've been doing this, for so long and everything. I don't really care. I do these kinds of things one day at a time. Buildings are built one brick at a time, and so that's sort of how I see this too. Is that just each and every day, like to come in here, share the passion, right? That's all it is. Passion for astronomy, for space, for science, and all kinds of nerdy things. Speaking of nerdy things, they had a panel last night doing all the New Horizons thing, where they were talking about many of the other spacecraft projects, and the OSIRIS-REx person on there, man, he was total nerd, totally nerding out. It was great. It was really, really great. I mean, you could tell, right, that he was just totally into what he was doing and showing, and given the opportunity, right, I think he would have just sort of kept going and going and going and going, because you forget. It's so easy to forget, time, especially in those kinds of situations where you're giving a presentation. It's amazing how fast time goes by. So, if you've ever given a talk or anything like that, you know exactly what I mean. It's 10 minutes or 15-minute talk goes by like just bang. It is fast. It's fast because it's so much fun, and you're totally into it, right? You're totally, right there, right in the moment. And so time almost vanishes. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here for now. I think the forecast for me here, at least for the next couple of nights, is going to be cloudy. We're actually going to be getting more SNOW probably, which is just absolutely disgusting. It just makes me want to retch. It really does. It's like, oh man, what is that white stuff out there? Ugh. So, but the nice thing about snow here is that it does not last. It does not last. But actually might be getting a lot of it. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, for now, thanks everybody for coming in. I'm gonna just keep doing this. I don't see no reason to stop. Having way too much fun. I love talking about astronomy and science and all kinds of nerdy things. In fact, I'd really like to ratchet this kind of thing up even more. So who knows? Who knows? One of the goals of the live stream here is to always get better. Each and every time. So what that exactly means, I don't know. But for me, it's just having more and more fun, right? So that's what it's all about. So, all right, you guys and gals, I'm going to get out of here for now. So have a great evening, a great day. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Share this around, let people know that this live stream exists. I'd love to have you all in. Newbies are welcome. Pros are welcome. Everybody welcome here. This is just a casual, fun get together each and every day. We do this for about an hour or so. It usually goes a little bit more than that. But it's all about just sharing the passion, having a bunch of fun, thinking about galaxies and stars, and planets, nebulae, asteroids, whatever, right? There's so much. There's just absolutely so much that will never, ever run out of things to talk about. Ever. It's impossible because there's just too much stuff. All right. Take care, everybody. I will see you in a little less than one spin of this tiny little planet of ours. Take care, and I will see you later. Bye.
Later.